Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. We are here to talk about having borderline personality disorder and other kind of disorders that really make life a struggle. However, you can still have victory. You can still live your best life, the best life you can live. You ain't gonna live someone else's life. But I still believe you could do the best life you could live. But right now I'm struggling. And I'm gonna be honest because that's what this is about. So stay tuned. Welcome back. I wanted to share with you what was going on because I have not posted in a few weeks and I've been meaning to post. I think about posting. There's so much going on. Not only am I super tired and busy, I think my chronic fatigue is acting up. My ADD has just got me all over the place. I can't remember to do much of anything these days. But also, I'm going through a lot of really challenging things. There's hard things going on in the world around us. The hate that is just all around us. The lack of respect of life that's all around us. It's just been really overwhelming. And I have a lot of thoughts, but I really feel like I have to get through all of them because some of them are opposite with themselves. Like, I think I could debate myself in the mirror. You know what I mean? But really, what I wanted to talk about today is the struggle I'm having with my illness. I am feeling really, really overwhelmed. I'm feeling like, even though I'm spending time in the Word every day and I'm praying that I going through something hard and I know it's about to get harder, and I've been self-medicating, smoking again. I'm drinking. I'm not drinking every day, but like, because I can't. But, I want to drink every day. I find myself just wanting to escape and self-medicate in whatever way I can. And I know that during this season, like, I can't go into too many details because, I have to be respectful of the other people who are involved in these relationships with me. But there's a relationship specifically that I have with someone else who also has borderline, and it's such an important relationship, but we also are just really not good for each other. And in order for me to be well and for this person to be well, I'm realizing that my therapist was right, and there's going to need to be some distance and some letting go. But I also know, if you have borderline, you know what a FP is. It's a favorite person. And I know that I am that for this person. And I know that your FB, if your FP, your favorite person, rejects you, someone with borderline, that's like the worst thing that can happen to you in the world. And so I know that it's like when you take a kid to the doctor and they need to get shots or they need to get dentist work done. They do not understand. All they know is that you're hurting them. That's all they know. They don't understand anything else that you're saying. And I feel like it's kind of like that with this situation. Like, I don't think on this side of it, it's going to be clear that I'm just trying to do what's best for everybody, including me, because I am in remission and I have been in remission, but I feel like that's not something that you mess with. And this is so painful. And sometimes when you have like a trauma bond, it's so hard to lay a boundary because you don't know almost where you begin and the other person ends, especially if both people are struggling with mental illness. And finding myself realizing that I'm wanting to run away more. I'm wanting to go smoke more. I'm wanting to go drink and run to, not to my church friends, but to people who will be like, yeah, come up here, we'll help you forget about your problems, you know. And for me, I know that's not the answer. I've done that. I've gone down that road. I've done things my way. I've run away from my problems. The problem is that it is going to hurt to sever this bond. It is going to hurt to set this boundary in a way that I don't know how well my borderline will do with that. I don't want Calypso to come out swinging. And every time I've underestimated her and I thought that I have this under control, and then I go through really, really hard stuff, I will find out the hard way that that's not the case. You know, it's almost like a split personality, I feel like sometimes, where I could hear her trying to get out, I could hear her trying to get into my thoughts, and I can suppress her or outpray her, outthink her. But I think that, you know, each person, to me, it seems like you're only set up to really deal with a certain amount of pain. I don't know, when you go through so much pain and torment growing up, that your mind is rewired in such a way that you're dysregulated, then, and you have other dots. Well, I've been through that too, and you know, but you're not me, and you're not in my brain, and you don't have my dysregulation. You don't know what I'm going through. And I think one of the hardest things with borderline is when other people will say that, you know, you need to be stronger than that, but yet borderline is a disease. It's literally that a brain dysfunction. It isn't about you need to be strong. It is, you need to be strong. And your mindset matters, but it isn't that simple, because I am strong most of the day and I'm strong many, many days. But it only takes a few moments of weakness to go back and to make one decision that leads to another decision that leads to another decision before you're like, forget it, I can't do this, it's too hard. Because that's usually what happens with people who go backwards, whether it's into drugs, whether it's into whatever, that they're like, you know what, I tried, this is too hard, I'd rather just go back and escape where I felt good. Not all the time, but at least when you're high, you feel good. It's the same thing with any kind of self-medicating anything, whether it's a person, whether it's a drug, whether it's alcohol, you know, whatever. So my point is that I am aware that when it comes to self-medicating with these things, you're trying to numb yourself because it hurts so bad. You're trying for your brain to stop thinking about stuff that's important. And let's be honest, you start drinking and smoking, your brain, you might as well be a child, because you no longer have the capacity to even care about stuff on the same level that you did, because you're damaging your brain. Like, that's just what it is, right? So don't bark at me. I'm talking. Dogs. So I guess I'm just coming to be honest with you guys and tell you I'm really struggling right now. And I am a little bit afraid. I would like to just be super confident and say I have this. But last time I did that, I was overly confident. I underestimated the reality of my illness and how it worked. And I went on like a 3-year numbing spree of just trying to self-medicate, left my family. And I do not feel like every time my borderline acts back up, like a flare up, that I go a little further and I get a little further away. And I really hope and pray that doesn't happen. But I'm going to keep filming no matter what happens, because I want to be honest and clear what's going on. I don't think that's going to happen. I pray it's not going to happen. I'm still in the Word. I have my prayer partners praying for me. I'm being honest with what's going on, but I'm struggling. And I know that this next phase is going to be really, really hard. And And I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like, but I know that God is going to be there with me through it. And I appreciate your guys' patience as I am, if I'm filming less like I have been, because I am overwhelmed. But I don't want you to think that, like I've said before, it's not always rainbows and kitties, even though I do have a Hello Kitty shirt on. And my Hello Kitty Chucky shirt, cute. You know, I still am coming to church and serving and loving on people and being there for people while I'm going through this. So I don't feel like I've gotten to a point where I've shut down, but I know that I can shut down. I can shut down and just close everybody out. I lock myself in the room for days and not talk to anybody, turn my phone off, not go to work, not talk to my husband. I'm not trying to go back there. So just please keep your girl in your prayers, and know that I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling, but I am here and I am struggling, which means I'm fighting, which means I'm trying. And trying is really all that could be asked of you, right? I know that God is still in control, and he has made some decisions that I don't understand, because his ways are higher than my ways, and he does allow us to suffer, and that's really hard pill for a lot of us to swallow. But I also know this is temporary, and I would like to be able to focus on the spiritual instead of the physical, because the physical is temporary, the spiritual is eternal. So I will be back soon to update you with everything that's going on. I'm still grateful for everything that I have. I still am grateful, even though we are struggling. My husband is looking for a new job, and you know, some other forms of income have really, really gone away that we were getting used to, and so we have a lot going on right now. But it's kind of coming at us from every angle, and I feel okay. But I know that the storm is just beginning. I know there's more coming. And so I just want to be honest that I feel myself struggling already. And I'll keep you guys updated. I'll let you know what's going on. My cat has decided that it's his time to shine. Like, you're like tearing up my chair while I'm in it. So yes, I had a dog turn off the light while I was filming. I have a cat who's like trying to claw up the chair. And that is my sign that it's time to go, you guys. All right, everybody, be well, stay blessed. Try to be a better person today than when you were yesterday, and a better person tomorrow than you were today. And I'll talk to y'all soon. God bless.